You rose above their games and won, but they'll never admit it. They'll call it luck, a fluke, a coincidence. Anything to avoid acknowledging that you outplayed them, that you saw through their masks and dismantled their carefully constructed illusions. The games they played were designed to keep you small, to trap you in their web of deceit and manipulation. But you didn't just survive, you thrived. And that terrifies them. Their games were never fair. The rules shifted in their favor. The board tilted to ensure your failure. They stacked the deck, hid the truth, laughed as you stumbled. But they underestimated you. They thought you were playing the same game, by the same rules. They didn't see the moment you stopped playing altogether. Winning isn't about mastering their game. It's about rewriting the rules. Or better yet, throwing the board away entirely. Every move they made was a test, a trap, a taunt. They wanted you to react, to lash out, to lose control. But you didn't. You watched. You learned. You let them believe they had the upper hand, all the while preparing for the moment you'd strike. And when that moment came, it wasn't loud or dramatic. It was quiet, calculated, devastating. They didn't even realize they'd lost until it was too late. The beauty of their downfall is that it was self-inflicted. Their arrogance blinded them. Their ego convinced them of their invincibility. They thought their schemes were foolproof, their power unshakable. But power built on lies is fragile, and all it takes is one truth to shatter it. You didn't destroy them. They destroyed themselves. All you did was give them the space to do it. They thought you'd fight on their terms, stoop to their level, get tangled in their chaos. But you didn't. You rose above it, detached from the noise, immune to their provocations. They wanted you to react, to engage, to play into their hands. But you played a different game, one they couldn't understand. And that's why you won. Winning wasn't about proving them wrong. It was about proving yourself right. It was about reclaiming your power, your narrative, your sense of self. Their games were designed to make you doubt, to question, to falter. But every time they tried to break you, you became stronger. Their cruelty was your catalyst, their manipulation, your motivation. They gave you the tools to defeat them without even realizing it. Now, they're left with the wreckage of their own games, scrambling to make sense of their failure. They'll rewrite history, cast themselves as victims, twist the narrative to salvage what little dignity they have left. But it won't matter. The truth is etched into every move you made, every step you took to rise above. They can deny it all they want, but deep down, they know you won. The most satisfying part of victory isn't their defeat. It's your freedom. Freedom from their control, their lies, their games. You rose above, not for them, but for yourself. You saw through the facade, broke the cycle, and emerged unscathed. They wanted to keep you in their world, but you built your own. And in doing so, you stripped them of their power. Their games were never about winning. They were about keeping you from realizing you didn't need to play. And now, here you stand, victorious, untouchable, unapologetic. They thought they could control you, define you, break you. But all they did was show you how much stronger you are without them. Their games were their greatest mistake, and your victory is their eternal reminder. Video games captivate us, don't they? They offer worlds where every action has meaning, where progress is measurable, where the rules are clear. A quest is laid before you, and every step forward feels like a victory. That's the allure. A space where effort is rewarded, where failure is just a temporary setback, and where the stakes are high, but controlled. In games, you are the hero, the architect of your destiny. And the irony? Life is the ultimate game, yet so many fail to see it that way. Why do we chase virtual achievements with such fervor, while neglecting the real quests of our lives? It's because games are structured for enjoyment. They break down overwhelming tasks into manageable pieces, offering just enough challenge to keep you engaged without pushing you to despair. Rewards are frequent, feedback immediate. Life, by contrast, is chaotic, unstructured, often thankless. But what if you could flip the script? What if you could take the elements that make games so addicting and apply them to your own existence? Imagine structuring your life like a game. Every goal becomes a quest. Every obstacle a level to conquer. Progress isn't vague. It's tangible, visible, addictive. Gamify your ambitions. Assign yourself missions. Reward yourself for victories, no matter how small. Create stakes that matter to you. And suddenly, the monotony of daily life transforms into something else entirely. You stop surviving and start playing. And in that play, you find purpose. The key to this mindset is immersion. In games, we lose ourselves because the world they create is so engaging that we forget we're playing. Life can be the same. Build your world so rich with purpose, so filled with compelling challenges, that you stop noticing the clock. Forget the onlookers, the naysayers, the distractions. Immerse yourself so deeply in the pursuit of your goals that the outside world fades. And when it tries to intrude, you keep playing. Life, like games, is a series of choices. Some are inconsequential, others life-altering. In games, we make those choices with ease, understanding that each one shapes the path ahead. In life, the stakes feel heavier, but the principle is the same. Choose wisely, choose often, and don't be afraid to fail. Failure in life, as in games, is only a stepping stone to the next level. It's not the end, just another beginning. Victory in life is the ultimate revenge. Not against others, but against mediocrity, against your own doubts, against the forces that seek to hold you back. In games, the final boss is the ultimate test, a culmination of all you've learned. Life's bosses are less obvious, but they're there. Fear, laziness, apathy. Conquering them isn't easy, but the reward is worth it. Every victory is proof that you are not a passive player. You are the creator of your destiny. The difference between games and life is simple. In games, quitting means starting over. In life, quitting means stagnation. Games train you to keep moving forward, to try again, to innovate. Take that mindset and apply it to your reality. Play as if your life depends on it, because it does. Every decision, every action, every risk, it all adds up. Life rewards those who keep playing, who refuse to stand still, who embrace the challenge. Addiction to games isn't the problem. It's the symptom. It's the result of lives that lack structure, purpose, and feedback. Turn your life into a game, and the addiction shifts. You stop craving the virtual and start thriving in the real. You become addicted to progress, to growth, to winning. And when you win, it's not just pixels on a screen. It's your life transformed. Life is a game, but the stakes are higher than any virtual world. Play it like the villain who refuses to be defeated, the anti-hero who rises, no matter how many times they fall. Be ruthless in your pursuit of victory, relentless in your quest for meaning. And when you win, The applause isn't from spectators. It's from yourself, the only audience that ever mattered. Manipulators thrive on control. They weave their webs with precision, calculating every thread to ensnare, to dominate, to break. Their power lies not in strength, but in subtlety, in the whispers of doubt they plant in your mind, in the strings they pull so effortlessly. They don't seek equality or respect. They seek puppets. To them, control is a symphony, and you're just another instrument in their orchestra of deceit. Until you refuse to play. When a victim takes a stand, the manipulator falters. Their strategies crumble because they never anticipated resistance. Manipulators don't plan for strength. They prey on perceived weakness. They aren't architects of power. They're scavengers of vulnerability. The moment you reclaim your voice, the moment you step out of their shadow, their game collapses. They are left exposed, their strings dangling uselessly, their illusions shattered. Manipulators hate losing control because it reveals their own fragility. They project power, but their strength is an illusion, a house of cards built on your compliance. When you push back, even slightly, their facade begins to crack. They freeze, unprepared for defiance, for the audacity of someone refusing to play along. They have no counter to autonomy, no defense against independence. Their game was never designed to handle rebellion. The stand you take doesn't have to be loud. It can be quiet, deliberate, a subtle shift in your demeanor, a refusal to bend. Manipulators thrive on chaos, but silence terrifies them. Silence is strength, a power they cannot wield. It leaves them scrambling, grasping for the control they thought was theirs forever. And when they can't find it, they implode, consumed by their own emptiness. Manipulation is born from fear. Fear of inadequacy, fear of being unseen, fear of losing. They manipulate because they cannot inspire, because genuine respect and connection elude them. When you take a stand, you force them to confront this fear, to see their reflection in the mirror of your strength. And manipulators despise mirrors. They show too much of the weakness they work so hard to hide. Taking a stand isn't about winning an argument or proving a point. It's about reclaiming yourself. Manipulators seek to define you, to shape you into something they can control. But when you take a stand, you remind them, and yourself, that you are not theirs to mold. You shatter their ego,